Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So for today, I will be talking all about my Kindle. I absolutely love this thing. This is the Kindle Paperwhite edition. I believe it's the 2022 one. So if you guys are interested or if you're undecided whether you think you should get one, keep watching this video and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So let's jump right into it. So the first thing that I'm going to be talking about is Kindle Unlimited. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy about getting Kindle Unlimited because they don't really know what type of books are going to be on there. So Kindle Unlimited is a monthly subscription. You pay $11.99 and it gives you access to so many different books, even magazines and like audiobooks, and it ranges from fiction to non-fiction. There's adult books, young adult, and even like children's books. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone, depending on what type of books you like to read. So I definitely think that it is suitable to everyone's needs. With Kindle Unlimited, I know when I bought my Kindle, they had this promotion going on where you could get a 2-month free trial just to test it out and see if there's books on there that you might like. And I definitely found a lot of books up my alley, so I decided to continue my subscription. And $11.99 might seem pricey, but if you're just strictly an e-reader, if you think about it, that's basically just paying for like one physical book every single month, but you get like access to so many different books for the price of one physical book. So I feel like it's definitely a good deal. You have your own personal library, and it basically is all the books that you borrowed from there. So you could borrow up to 20 books at a time until you have to start returning them, and then you could trade in the books that you already returned for new books in your library. So that's like the limit of how much you could borrow. And it's really good because I just like to put all the books that I want to read for the month, and then I could just pick, and it's kind of like my own personal ebook TBR. And it's definitely fun picking out all the books on here because they do have a lot of popular titles, like I'm saying. So another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the app Libby. I'm pulling it up on my phone right now. So on Libby, you just have to have a library card, and it's super easy to set it up. So you basically just log in to your account, and then you can search up all the different books that you want to read. They have books, audiobooks, magazines, and they even have this thing called like skip the line. And there's popular books on there that you could borrow, but it's only like for a limited amount of time. I think you have only a week to read it. But for all the other books that you are on a wait list for, you could borrow it for 29 days, I believe. So you have a long time for you to read those books, and you could always renew it. Like you could manage your loan, and then you either return it early or you could renew it depending on how many people are waiting after you. The only bad thing I would say about Libby is the wait list could be a long time. If there is a really popular book that you want to read on there, expect to be waiting like a couple weeks or maybe even a month for you to be able to access it. And that's why I like to have Kindle Unlimited and have Libby on the side, because there are some titles that you do still have to pay for on Kindle. So this is like an alternative if you really don't want to spend more money on top of the $11.99. You could have Libby and just wait until you finally get access to the books. So the next part of this video, I'll be talking about all the pros of having a Kindle. So first off, it is very easy to travel with, and it is so lightweight. So it's just so easy for you to hold and bring everywhere basically. So it's definitely good if you travel a lot for you to get a Kindle, because it's better than having to bring like a whole bunch of books and having it ruined in your luggage. The next thing is that it has a super long battery life. You only really have to charge it like 1 to 2 hours, maybe like once a month if you really read a lot. And that's nothing in comparison to like reading on your phone or an iPad where you're constantly having to charge it. And since a Kindle is like strictly made for reading, it gives you way longer battery life and you don't have to worry about constantly charging it. Another thing that I like on Kindle is that there's two different modes. There's a light mode, which I currently have on right now, and then a dark mode, which I personally like to use at nighttime. And there is a backlight and it lets you adjust like the brightness and the warmth level. And the backlight just makes it easier for your eyes, especially if you're reading at night, and it's not as harmful as like the blue light on your phones or on your tablet whenever you read. So it won't irritate your eyes as much when you're reading, and it's like healthier for your eyes. Another fun little feature on Kindle is that you could see how many minutes are left in this chapter, and as well as the percentage of how far along you are in the book. And for me, I get super competitive and I kind of like to do a challenge with myself. Whenever I see like how short or how long the chapter is, then I'll be like, oh, that'll be easy for me to do. And whenever I see the percentage going up, it just makes me want to keep reading. And I feel like that's why I personally read faster on a Kindle, because of that little challenge that I like to do. Another cool feature that I like is it shows the cover of the book that you're reading even when it's turned off, so it kind of makes it feel like you're reading an actual book and not just like an e-reader. So how I did that is you basically just go to all settings right here, and then when you click on it, you just go down below to device options, and then on there you have the option to display the cover. Finally, it is just super fun to get to customize your Kindle and whatever you want to do to it. I have a clear pop socket on here, and I just have some stickers, and you could definitely just change it up. I saw this on Booktok where people get a clear case and they just get different stickers and they just change it up, and it's like an even cheaper way for you to have so many different like cases, but you just really only have to buy the stickers and you could just keep the clear case on, and it's super easy to customize it to whatever your certain aesthetic is. The last part that I'll be talking about in this video are some of the Kindle Unlimited books that I absolutely love. I have a little list. So the first one I have is the Twisted series and the Kings of Sin series by Anna Hong. It is a billionaire romance and they're all interconnected standalones. And then the next one is a super popular cowboy romance series. It is the Chestnut Spring series. I personally haven't read it, but I've heard so many good things, so it is on my TBR. Then the next one is Divine Rivals. I absolutely love that book. It is one of my top reads of 2023. The next one is just an author. Her name is Frida McFadden, and she is a fast-paced thriller author, and I just love her books whenever I am in a reading slump because her chapters are super short and they're very fast-paced, so it really gets you into the book without having to spend so much time getting into it, if you know what I mean. And then the next one is the Never After series. It is a twisted retelling of villains, and they're basically like Disney villains. For example, there's like a Lion King or Aladdin, and it focuses on the villain's point of view, so it's kind of like a messed up retelling. The next one is another just author. Her name is Carissa Broadbent, and she is a famous fantasy author, and I know a lot of people eat up her books, so that's definitely a good one. And then the last one that I'm gonna mention is Lucy Score books, like the Knock 'Em Out series and a bunch of her other books. And her books are pretty thick, so sometimes when I read like thick physical books, I just feel like it takes me forever to read it. So when I switch back and forth with the Kindle and the physical copy, I feel like I fly through them way faster than I would if I just read it completely physical. That is all for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a little bit something about Kindle and Kindle Unlimited. And if you guys have one, comment down below some of your recommendations. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.